Hi beautiful souls, it's Tan here with a Midheaven video for you. So that was kind of something that I just put together to kind of demonstrate the vibes of the Leo Midheaven, because the best way to really understand someone's Midheaven sign is to look at their work. So if you have a Leo Midheaven, I call you the power to empower, because that's what you got. But first, we need to examine your IC, your roots, because as I said in my introduction video, that it's really hard to kind of achieve your dreams if you don't have an awareness, a deep awareness of what's pushing you forward. So with a Leo Midheaven, you have Aquarius on the IC, which means that the home life that you grew up in was highly Aquarian. So this is kind of similar to having a Capricorn on the IC, but also very different, because both of these signs is ruled by Saturn. So this means that you do have both Saturn and Uranus ruling your home life. Ooh. Saturn is the planet of limitations, and Uranus is the planet of sudden unexpected changes. So you might have felt since you were very young that your parents put a lot of responsibility on you. They had expectations on you, and it might have almost been a burden for you. With the Capricorn IC, you understood that responsibility was needed in order to create a kind of solid foundation. But with an Aquarius IC, your understanding of responsibility was that it's supposed to be done in order to serve the greater good. And I kind of feel like I always emphasize the negative aspects of the IC more than the positive, but it's really in the hardships that we seek to transform. I mean, yes, the happiness of childhood, we can use it to build our character, but it's really in the traumas and crises of childhood that we find our aspirations. We find our evolution of a facet of the human, collective psychology, so that we could share our evolutionary journey with the world. In addition to that, so when you were young, you might have also felt that in order to contribute to, the world, you also had to be innovative and you had to be creative and inventive. So at your core, you knew that you were very unique. But being a child, like 5 years old, and having to take on all this burden and responsibility for the entire world, it's really heavy, right? Because all children want to be able to do at a young age is to feel a sense of belonging, to feel that they have somebody that loves them, not to feel that they're different, or not to feel that, they have the whole world, the fate of the world is in their hands. We're all born with innocence, right? And having parents tell you that, you need to serve the greater good because of things like poverty and, terrorism and war and sexism, feminism, global warming, environmental issues. This leaves kind of no room for the child to be in touch with their purity, their innocence. There was very little room for that self-centeredness that every child should be able to do. There was very little room for that to kind of grow. That fun, loving inner child didn't really have a chance to bloom. You were conditioned as a child to kind of have a sense of owing your innovations to the world. You have a rebellious inner self. And you have friends that you love for dear life because they are able to anchor you and ground you. and you feel at home when you're with them. So if we think back about the Midheaven tree, yay, I like the Midheaven tree. We have radicalism, innovation, and responsibility to be at the root of the Leo Midheaven tree. As you build on these roots, as you get older, in your 20s and 30s, depending on each different Leo Midheaven person, you build upwards towards the trunk of the tree. So you see, the midheaven is kind of what you aspire to be in the world based on what you think is most important in life. And that is going to be the leaves and the branches of the midheaven tree. You as a Leo midheaven really see the importance of bringing out one's inner child because you believe that a connection to pure innocence is the source of empowerment. By innocence, I mean things like, trying to get attention, being self-centered, but in a cute and funny way, kind of a thing. You as a Leo midheaven never really get to shine when you were at home, being told all the time that you have to not be self-centered, to always think about other people. So now you can see the importance of fusing together the creative, childlike potential with being a star in order to lead others to happiness. The midheaven also indicates your personal capabilities. So you with a Leo midheaven have the ability to be able to attract attention, create an image that is unique and creative in order to get the attention. And you use this attention so when everyone's looking at you, you say to them, hey, look, I have used my creative potentials and look how far I've come. If I can do it, so can you. Whatever titles and positions you've gained in life, you have the power, and you really desire to do this, is to bring other people up with you, to make them rise with you, kind of like Katy Perry's song, Rise. I will survive. But of course, not rise above you, but just kind of rise a little bit underneath you, because at the end of the day, you want to be that king or queen still. No one can rise above the king or queen because we all need to still worship the king or the queen. And you kind of don't mind having the image of being a little eccentric and cute and a little sexy, eccentrically sexy and cute. It's a form of self-expression and ultimately a form of rebellion, a way of rebellion from the kind of family life that you had. To really figure out what your true vocation is based on the midheaven, you'd have to see which sign and house the sun, is placed and how it's aspected. But if we're only looking at the Leo midheaven to get a sense of the vocation, I can't really give you a concrete answer, but I can probably give you the kind of working environment that is going to best suit you as a Leo midheaven. So with a Leo midheaven, you would do well in a position where you can be at the top. So you can be like the CEO or the manager or the leader. And this is really important for you to be at the top, okay? Not just because you want, power, but because when you're at the top, you're able to influence, people that haven't yet managed to get to the top. You need that freedom to be able to manage and influence other people and empower other people. If you're like at the bottom, who are you going to empower? You need to have respect, right? In order to be able to influence other people. Because Leo is a fire sign, you really have that burning inner fire that can just burn forever and ever, and have the patience to keep slowly burning until you get what you want and have attained what you desire. So this means that you as a Leo midheaven have the kind of willpower to endure obstacles that might come your way through the process of heading towards your aspirations, and this might even take years and years and years to achieve, but you are willing to work through it. You are highly persistent when it comes to your careers and your goals. When we feel a little bit lost of our purpose and our sense of direction in life, and we kind of do feel that, sometimes, what you need to do is kind of revert back into your IC to recharge and recuperate. So with an Aquarius IC, first thing you might think about doing is to kind of go back to your friend group, to have that social life again, because you as a Leo Midheaven can sometimes be a little ruthless because it is a fire sign when you want to achieve your dreams. So kind of having people around you to talk to socialize with, that's gonna make you feel like, oh, I can just relax a little. It's always a good idea for you to get in touch with friends and acquaintances so that you can have intellectual discussions with them, have meaningful connections with people again. It's like eating a juicy dessert. Then you can go back out into the world and slam. That will help you build a stronger trunk for that midheaven tree. So this is gonna sound quite morbid, but this is ultimately what the midheaven represents. So on your deathbed, with the Leo midheaven, what you need to feel completely fulfilled on your deathbed is to feel that you have taken the people around you and have made them rise up with you, make people feel more confident, make them get a little more creative, and maybe even become wealthier because of you. Most importantly, there's a message that you want to get across, and if you can get this message across before you're on your deathbed, then you're gonna be really, really fulfilled. And the message goes something like this. I have had a different and very difficult childhood, but I have built myself up because I love myself and I know that I deserve more. And I know that the only way I can help people is to be myself and express myself in the highest way possible. Success never comes from doing what everyone else is doing. So you need to let out your highest self-expression, because just like me, you can use it to change people's lives. And I don't have a Leo midheaven, by the way. I'm just acting here, pretending. So guys, that is my take on the Leo midheaven. If you have this placement, leave a comment below. I'd like to know, what your aspirations, dreams, and goals are. And if you know someone has this placement, then also let me know what they're doing, in their public life. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do, and hit the notification button so you'll know when I post new astrology videos. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!